Hello and welcome to this Get Started video for the TriCaster Broadcast. TriCaster Broadcast is your all-in-one portable live production facility that allows you to set up in minutes and deliver a television-style production from anywhere to anywhere. The TriCaster itself is a small device, a little bit bigger than a shoebox, which is completely portable and sets up in minutes. The first thing that we want to do when we're setting up our TriCaster is assemble the hardware portion of the device. As we look at the back of the device, we can see that depending upon the version of the broadcast that you have, we either have connections for a keyboard and a mouse as PS2 connections, or the latest revisions of the TriCaster Broadcast have USB only. We have an Ethernet connection. This is a gigabit Ethernet connection, allowing us to connect to a network at gigabit speeds. We have a variety of USB and FireWire connectors. Now, the video monitor for the interface of the TriCaster gets connected to the video card. The video card is the card that has the DVI output and the RGB output. And most of the time I will connect my interface monitor to the RGB output. It could be connected to either. Just remember that whichever output of that video card that you don't use will be your VGA output for the TriCaster. So I'll connect my monitor to the VGA output. You'll notice next to the video card there is a card that has two 15-pin connectors on the back of it, and there are plastic covers over these. That's on purpose. That card is not for your use, and you should keep those covers on and not use those connectors. Once we have our keyboard, our mouse, and our monitor cable connected, and our Ethernet cable connected if it's applicable, we're ready to go around to the front of the machine and connect our audio and video sources. On the front of the broadcast, we see a variety of connectors down the left side. These are our video inputs. First, we have our tally light connectors. These are just mini jacks that are designed to work with a 5-volt tally light system. This can be something as simple as an LED soldered to the end of a cable that's plugged into this jack. Next, we have the connectors for connecting all of the different types of video that we can bring into the TriCaster. This can be component, composite, YC, or SDI. We can see that one of the posts is marked composite. This is where our composite signal is going to come in. If you have an RCA cable, not a BNC cable, the TriCaster does come with a variety of BNC to RCA adapters. These can be used to use a standard RCA patch cord and connect to the front of the TriCaster. If we're going to be using YC or S-Video, the TriCaster also comes with an adapter that adapts two of the prongs on the front of the TriCaster into an S-Video jack. And the two prongs that we're going to use are these two prongs right here. And you'll notice one of them has a R over the top. It's R-Y. That's where you're going to connect the red BNC connector. And the green one is going to go into our composite output jack. Of course, if we're connecting component, we have three wires. We have RGB, red, green, and blue. So the R-Y is your red wire, the B-Y is your blue wire, and then composite is where your green wire will go. Now, if we're using an SDI signal into the TriCaster, we simply connect to the SDI BNC connector. Notice we have 4 audio inputs on the front of the TriCaster. These can be either 1/4-inch jacks or XLR connectors. Either will go into this jack. It's a combination jack. We have a variety of audio outputs. First, we have our headphone out, and we can plug our headphones in there, or this could be used as a secondary audio output. It does have an independent volume control in the mixer inside of the TriCaster. And then we have 1/4-inch out and RCA audio outs from the front of the TriCaster. Next, we have our video outs, and the top row is our program video out. Again, this can be component, composite, YC, or SDI. And if you're using SDI, for instance, your composite is also still live. So you do have several different video outs hot at the same time coming out of the TriCaster. Of course, depending upon which connectors you're using, this will determine what's available to you. Just underneath that, we have a row of outputs that can be switched into two different modes. One can be a hardware preview monitor, where we can actually have an external monitor showing us the preview bus. Or it can be switched into an effects mode, which allows us to output to a switcher with alpha channel only to use the TriCaster as a graphics device to feed another switcher. Underneath that, we have our AES EBU audio connectors for digital audio into the TriCaster, and we also have our Genlock connection to Genlock the TriCaster to our cameras if we should so desire.